How you doing, Blue Jays? My name is Jermaine, and today I want to talk about a trio. Now, if you're from Minnesota, you probably know about this trio, but if you're not from Minnesota or haven't been to the Renaissance Festival, you would not know about this trio. And that trio I want to talk about is named the Danger Committee. It stars three guys, Mick, Jay, and Ronaldo. But no matter what these guys call themselves, you will all leave there referring to them as Ronaldo, the bald guy, and the other one. That's their intro that they do. But I just want to talk about them. They're a comedy group, but they also include danger, fire, tasers, throwing knives, catching knives, juggling knives. Yeah, it's very dangerous, and they get the audience involved too, which I think is cool. But yeah, they always interact with the audience. They're always nice. I'm actually friends with one of the guys, Mick, aka Bald Guy. I'm friends with him, but it's very funny when they interact with the audience. Like, for instance, when I was there, they had these things, and it was this. This is a piece of their board that they have a giant wooden board, and they cut it up and put it into small pieces and signed it. As you, there's signature there, and there, and they actually gave them away. I don't know if I can't remember if they like cost them money or something, but I went up, I took out my wallet, or the money might have just been in my pocket. I took out $5. I put it in the box with all the other money, grabbed it, and I realized I dropped another $5. And I picked it up, and Ronaldo went up to me and said, No, it fell out of your pocket. You have to put it in. And I looked at him, and this is what I did. He was on the stage, so I looked up, and I went, okay. And I put it in. He's like, no, take it back. And Mick chimed in and said, well, he has a good fashion sense, because I was actually wearing one of their shirts with the oath on the back. And if you don't know what the oath is, you have to raise your right hand and repeat this. I do solemnly swear I will not go home and try any of the stupid crap I saw those guys do, even though it would make me super cool. Yeah, but I was wearing that, and Ronaldo said, if you want to be cool like him, buy our shirts. I was kind of a promotion for them at that point in time. And then Mick said to put on my sunglasses, and my sunglasses are like a visor. They're like this. And so wait, hold on. I did not know that would happen. If I do this, will anything happen? Okay, I did not know that would happen. But anyways, like I said, my sunglasses were a visor, and I put them on, and I stood and I showed off the shirt, and Ronaldo said, Terminator plus Yoko Ono. If you don't know who Yoko Ono is, look her up. I'm not gonna explain it. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they do a lot of funny stuff. Like at one show they called the Ninja Show, and and one of them dressed up as a ninja, and it's friends with Ronaldo, but not with Bald Guy. Bald Guy always gets hit with the nunchucks. They always get hurt, mainly Bald Guy, and they also do something called the Chocolate Game. Now it involves three people, not the Danger Committee. Well, two of the Danger Committee, but one kid or a person from the audience. They grab a kid and they and Mick says, okay, here's the deal. You're gonna see that shack back there. You're gonna run back there, and that is our chocolate shack. And you can get any kind of chocolate you want for free. All you gotta do is run back there, but there'll be a catch. While you're running, Ronaldo will be throwing these knives at you. And Ronaldo says, yes. And you can either go straight or zigzag. And I swear, when anyone was watching the Hunger Games, they were screaming at their TV, come on, Serpentine! And he doesn't actually throw the knives. He pretends, but he doesn't do it. And then there's a joke that he does that I'm not going to say because it might offend some people. But they do it as a joke, and everyone knows it's a joke, obviously. and they also do a whip. And when they bring out the whip, Ronaldo does a Morgan Freeman impression, and it is immaculate. It is so good. I don't know how to explain it. And they whip things like what else? What do they do? Well, Mick starts out with the whip, and he has a pretzel rod, one of the big ones, and he puts it on his head and whips it off. And then he looks at it, and then he whips it again. And then he puts a marshmallow on his head. He licks it, obviously, to stick. And he whips it. He whips it off his head. And then he takes one of the tiny Lucky Charms marshmallows, like the horseshoe, and he doesn't put it on his head. Other one has to do it. And he puts it in his mouth so that it sticks. And so he whips that off his head. And he doesn't get hurt at all. Then Ronaldo will take the whip, and Mick will have a pretzel rod in each hand and in his mouth. And he goes, front, back, mouth. And whips them all without hurting Mick. And then he'll do it with a Cheeto Puff. And there's a gag that they do. A gag that they do where Ronaldo says he hates Cheeto Puffs. Like, they're disgusting. They're like caterpillars. He hates them. And after the show, I asked Mick, because they go back and they you can drop $1 in their hat or something. And I ask him, does Ronaldo really hate Cheeto Puffs? And he looks at me and says, yeah, he does. And I didn't know that. I thought it was just a gag. But they also juggled like tasers, and they're real. Because they said these are 2,000 volts or 2 million volts, one of the two. And even if it's on and the metal, and even if it's off, the metal is still conductive for 1 minute. Guess how we found that out? And so they will juggle tasers in between Ronaldo's legs. He's propped up, like they're not on the ground. He's propped up, but they'll juggle that. They'll juggle torches, and sometimes Ronaldo will have a spray bottle. And one of the things that they do is they bring a guest up on stage and they juggle pins, like bowling pins. So there are two people, Mick and Jay, and then a person in the middle. And you can't look like left or right, because then that'll throw off the trajectory of the pin and it could hit you in the face. So whenever someone looks left or right, Ronaldo comes up with a spray bottle and goes, "No, bad. This is how you learn." It is just an amazing experience. If you ever get a chance to go to the Renfest, you have to see the Danger Committee. That's a must. It's a must. You have to see the Danger Committee. Also, one of my shorts was throwing Teddy Hawks. That was the Danger Committee. And I was wearing their shirt too. They also do a Panda Hawk and a Hawk. And they also make... And their show is family friendly. At least to Minnesota standards. Ronaldo says, people ask if our show is family friendly. And it is. And that just means we don't use any bad words. Like, we can throw a knife. You just don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation on the way home. You don't care if your kid brings a steak knife into the garage. You just don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation when you get home. That's what family friendly in Minnesota terms is. And I am family friendly. I don't use bad words. Now, the games I don't expect them to have bad words. Like Cobra Kai and Anna, those had bad words, but I didn't say them. I did not say them. My dad has slipped up a few times, but I bleeped that out. Anyways, I just want to come on here to tell you guys about the Danger Committee, what they do, who they are, and just how amazing they are. They're my favorite act at the Renfest, and they also have a winter show too. But they can't use fire because in some places fire's dangerous, and it could light the floor on fire. So they use tasers. But anyways, I just want to come on here and talk about the Danger Committee, tell you guys about it, and my experience with them. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe, and I'll share with your friends and family. And I'll see you all next time. Hey, do.